Morning traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today? So we did get a bit of a rejection bar. This is kind of a nothing bar to me, to be honest. It's no, there are tails either side, but we've got a fairly large body. So basically, to me that's indecision. You can see here was a similar scenario where we had an inside bar signal, then we got this indecision bar, also off the 200-day moving average, same as this one, and then we continue to the upside. So, the same could happen here. We could pretty much continue to the downside. Okay, so nothing really to read into that bar. It's nothing like an inside bar pattern or all this kind of setup. It was looking like a piercing pattern early in the day. So in other words, we opened here, we gapped down, opened here, and we're right up at the 50%. If we'd closed up at this area, would have been a different story. It would be a piercing pattern, and I would be looking for a reversal to the upside. But right now, indecision, we need to trade it as indecision. Okay, so looking at the half hour, we did get our diversions here, and you can see we did rally a little bit, and I suppose rally a little bit, 400 points, nothing to pull your nose up. But then we got two half-hour signals here. We've got this pin bar, and then we got this engulfing bar here. So that is a reversal bar, reversal pattern. Okay, so I would expect us to move to the downside. Now, one thing that is brewing at the moment is we have diversions here, which is continuation diversions of the original trend. Now, kind of difficult one to call. So if we assume that this is the new trend, then this diversion here is indicating that we are going to move to the upside. And the targets for this would be the previous high, which is there. Now, you see what that's going to paint. That would potentially paint a flat top triangle. And flat top triangles are reversal patterns or continuation pattern, depending where they form. But essentially this indicates a break of the triangle to the upside would give us upside. And normally the height of the triangle, so from this point to that point there. And if we do this, it'll probably line up with the 200 moving average. So it would be a 750 point trade, and look at that, pretty spot on to the 200 moving average. So that's kind of my take on this at the moment. So we're looking for a break of the high of yesterday. If we break through the high of the yesterday, we get a half hour close, there's a good possibility that we're going to go to this level here. Okay, now bear in mind that it is non-farm payrolls today, so normally what happens is the morning is fairly volatile of up and down, and then we just go into a small range or into a little triangle or something like that, but we pretty much don't move much until non-farm payrolls. Okay, keep that in the back of your mind with whatever trades you're putting on today. Okay, so what am I looking for? A couple of things I'm looking for. So first thing is I'm looking for this low here of 50650 to hold. If that holds, then I can expect us to get to 51131. Okay, if we break through 5113, then you're looking for this level here of 51854. Before we get there, I just want to pick up anything that we may have to the downside, and we do have a fairly significant target to the downside here. Okay, so you see these tails here. This is a gap. Okay, normally you want price to come back and touch this area, test this breakout, and then move out. So this breakout hasn't been tested yet, and we turned, use that line there, we'll probably turn there, delete that. Okay, so I just want to be exact here because the Aussie is, that's exact. Okay, so we touched it pretty much, double check that we are on it. Yeah, so we hit it pretty much square on. So what I'm talking about is this inside bar here. So the bottom of this tail, sorry, the bottom of this candle is an inside tail. Okay, so here's the first tail, that's the inside tail. There are your inside tails. There's an inside tail. So you can see what happened here. Price hit this level and bounced off it. Okay, so we any moves to the downside, you can expect us to firstly come and tag this bottom area here. Let's get back to the half hour. Okay, so my levels are off the 4 hour, and what I'm looking for is if we do break below this 50633, then obviously 50320, and then 50064, which basically means that we can bring 50,000 into play. Okay, let's just zoom out a little bit. So basically what we're looking at the moment is we're looking at these two fractal levels. So you can actually just use that fractal level there. So this fractal level break to the upside will bring the 200 moving average into play on the half hour. This fractal break to the downside is going to bring these two targets into play. So it'll be 5300 or 5320 and 50, call it 50070, just to allow yourself some room for the spread. Okay, so if you look at the 4 hour, trend is down and it is still very much a downward trend. So you want to continue trading in the direction of the trend, to be honest with you. But bearing in mind that you have, there's another bottom. Okay. Oh, there's another one there. Okay, so you can see there's tails there. Okay, there are tails to the downside here, which almost line up with these tails over here. So there's an inside tail there, and there's inside tail. So I've got quite a few moves to the downside, and the last thing I just want to check here, I didn't check this yesterday, but this measured move, has it played out? Yes, this measured move has played out. Okay, so you can see down, consolidate, down. Okay, so that measured move is done with. Okay, and also looking at the 4 hour, you can see how we are getting diversions here. Okay, if I come back to the hour, you should see diversions. Okay, and the trend is still down. Okay, so long as we're below this alligator, the trend is down. We are getting warning signs here that it's coming to an end, but remember we've got them here as well. Okay, see, moving to the upside, and then your Williams percentage R indicated that we were completely overbought. So there's a good indication we're coming to the downside. Right now, Williams indicator is in the middle of nowhere, so it's not indicating anything, but you could have another little consolidation move down as well. Okay, so pretty much you're looking for this consolidation area to break. Let's just get down to 12 minutes. That'll give you a fairly good indication. Okay, and you can see here where you've got inside bar, and then you have a range bar here. I mean, you can see the indecision here. So off a level as well. It would have been worthwhile trading along. And what you've got to bear in mind is because we're so volatile that, 700 points is a damn decent trade on the Aussie. A couple of years ago, 700 points would take you 3 days to accumulate. So anyway, that's kind of my take on this at the moment. We are ranging. Everything shows you range. You can see the fractals are pretty much very close to each other, and we're kind of either side of the alligator. Okay, so before I close off, let's just get to a Bollinger. I want to highlight something on the Bollinger here, and that is you can see we are heading into a squeeze. So look back in the past, look how these come close together, and see how it's coming close together. So this is because there's major news coming out, so people aren't really trading it at the moment, and that is non-farm payrolls. Okay, if I drill that down to the 4 hour, you'll see nothing really in there that we need to worry about, and even in the daily, there's nothing there. But your lower time frames will definitely be moving into a squeeze. So your 30 and your hour are the two you need to watch. And I wouldn't be surprised to see these Bollinger Bands move even closer together. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this at the moment. Is we are ranging, and what I'm looking for is these fractional levels to either hold or break. So if these fractional levels hold, then we can expect a bit of range trading in the morning. So basically looking for longs here, getting out up there. So good 400-point trades. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. If we do break this to the downside, then you need to look to the left and pick up all your levels on the left-hand side. Pick them up off the 4 hour or the 3 hour. Doesn't really matter. See, if I pick them up off the 3 hour, you can see they're still pretty much in the same area. So that's 50,000 and 60. And there is another one over there. And that probably is our 50,000, 49, 860. So, and then there's another one there. Okay, so it is looking pretty tired. So I would expect us to start forming a base. Normally what happens is we form a base and then we squirt down and then we turn. Okay. Yeah, I think that's that for today. And I think the last thing that we can do, and let's just do it on the 30 minutes. I just want to highlight this here. Okay, so that was the original trend line. We broke through and we tested this break to the upside. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. So in other words, we've trended down, we've broke through the trend, we've come back, we've tested the break, and now we're ranging. Okay, so the longer we range, the higher the probability is that we can break either way. If we continue ranging for most of the day, then you've got an equal chance of going up or down. Okay, or we can run to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this at the moment. Ranging, be careful, keep stops tight, watch price action, but also pay attention to these levels to the downside here. Okay, and if you just pick them up off the daily, you'll see what I mean. Just highlight your tails. So whatever tail you see, just draw a line on the tails, and you'll see if there's a lot of interaction with that tail, then that is a fairly significant level, specifically on the daily. And if you want, you can go to the weekly, and you'll see those two lines that I've drawn in there is fairly significant. Okay, and then the other line that is also significant on this weekly is there. Now, have a look here. All these intersecting, so you've got diagonal and horizontal trend lines all in the same area. So a very good area to look for a long. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this for today. Hope it helps. Keep those stops tight, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.